What's up, guys? This is Brandon. If you hear any background noise, that's my annoying siblings. Anyway, I just got my Cubicle Labs Volk M right now with me. It's one of my new puzzles. Just to be clarifying, it's not my main. My main is the Cosmic Volk M. And so I'm just basically messing around with it because my Cosmic Volk M is in the middle of modding. Just with some spring swaps and stuff like that. I'm still tensioning this. And basically, right now, couple things. I think you read the title already. Just some practice and some cubing news. And what I mean by cubing news is just basically stuff like the new puzzles that were released, world records, kind of like almost cubed with Jared Cuber, but not like it because it's also different things that not a lot of people know, including me, and stuff that I actually learned. And what I mean by that is a couple of problems because one of my good friends, Luca Cubed. Well, not Luca Cubed, but Nick, or Sick Cubing 101. He tried to magnetize a GAN's air, and he messed up. I don't know. I forgot if the puzzle broke. I'm pretty sure it was because he messed up on magnetizing, and some accidentally repelled, and because some repelled and some attracted, and then a bunch of things just started repelling and flew everywhere, and it was just a mess. And I actually kind of had the same problem with a different GAN's air. Before I traded it away, I was able to actually get all the magnets out. I was able to lube it really good, and, well, not lube it really good, but get a good lubing job, and then now it's a great puzzle. So and then I just decided to get a new GAN's air that eventually traded to Luca Cubed. Anyway, so one thing I just want to tell you right now is that when I first watched DM Cubing's magnetizing guide for the GAN's air, same thing with Cuber Rhythms, I also watched his video too. Basically what happened was I was so confused because all of his videos, or most of his videos, I'm pretty sure, yeah, all of them, he said the first thing you want to do is glue in a master magnet. And for so long, I thought the master magnet was like a different magnet that you had to buy. And so looking around master magnet on stores actually. And the only thing it came with was like an N45 with a 50 pack of magnets. So I was so confused until I realized later, I did some research and I realized the master magnet isn't actually a separate magnet. Because you see, when you're magnetizing a puzzle, I'm just going to grab some magnets. When you're magnetizing a puzzle, basically what happens is, what's a master magnet called, is you would put something on the end to mark where all the magnets are sticking. And then you'll get to the other end, and what the master magnet is the very first magnet that you put in that decides where all the other magnets are going to go. The master magnet is basically in charge, deciding where all the other magnets are going to go. And I was so stressed out, and so many of my friends tried magnetizing and messed up, but now that I figured this trick out, I'm pretty sure they figured it out by now too. Basically, to all my viewers that try to magnetize a puzzle, there's just a tip right now. Just so you don't actually make a mistake. Another thing I did was, if you don't have enough super glue and you're just running out, you have two options. Either go get some more, or try this trick, which is put as much as you just evenly distribute it between all the magnets. And if it's still not enough, grab some like styrofoam or cotton balls. And what you would do is, if as long as it's not a 3-piece design, as long as it's a cap design like the Sheehy Sail or something, or the GAN's air, I'd say. What you would do is you would grab a piece of cotton ball and you would pressure it. That way, the magnet, not only is it held in super glue, but the cotton ball surrounding it. That way, they can move nowhere. Okay, hold on a second. I'll turn on some more lighting. Anyway, so it wouldn't move anywhere. That way, the super glue and the cotton ball together would basically mean more super glue. Because of the cotton, it's almost pressuring it inside, or styrofoam or something. Something that's just a little strong material, but not too strong where it would damage the puzzle and it's hard to remove. But something on the lines of that. Sorry, just in the center cap. I accidentally put a little bit too much lube. Oh no, it wasn't the Cubicle Lab's fault. They make great puzzles, so is Cosmic. I'm with Cameron Brown and Phil Yu. I'm not like with like dating, but I mean like I'm on the sides of both. I like both puzzles. They're all super great. Most people are just like Speed Cube Shop's the best, only buy from them. Others, Cubicle's the best, only buy from them. Well, I'm kind of a moderate kind of guy. I like all puzzles. Peace and love. I'm not even joking. That is actually something I am. But yeah. So where it's not the cube, I have the roughest of turning styles and the loosest of tensions, so it just happens a lot to me. I mean, look. Pretty loose. Kind of like Kevin Hayes. Along with Kevin Hayes, he got a new TV. And he, again, on one of his videos, he mentioned that he likes super loose tensions, kind of like me. Also, some new cubing news that just happened about 20 minutes ago, if you didn't know. So he got the 7x7 world record. 1 minute, 57 seconds, and like 483.483, I believe. Or some other point, but it's the new record, so good job to him. And yeah, I'm just probably going to do some solos right now. Another thing that's released, I think is pretty nice, is, first of all, the owner of Cube Depot, Eric Zhao, is coming to the Northwest Championships to compete. And so it's going to be nice to get his autograph because DG Cubes kind of got me into Cube Depot too. And so I think that's pretty nice. Then I'm finally going to meet the creator of the shop, Eric Zhao. And yeah, that's kind of it. Anyway, so the other thing I was talking about was big is that the Pure Minx Duo. I keep looking in this direction because there's my script. I just taped it up on the wall. Anyway, and Cube Depot, not Cube Depot. The Pure Minx Duo is back on the market from a different brand, but the brand's still good. And rather than along the lines of that, I'm pretty excited because number one, it's a really great puzzle and it's finally back. Sorry, I'm just adjusting something. And so I'm just really excited about on the lines of that. I mean, it was such a great puzzle as it lasted from Mefferts. So many people got it. And when it like out of stock almost, I think, kind of like the Galaxy Megaminx M. A lot of people were kind of discouraged because they really wanted it. Almost like the Cubicle Labs X-Man Galaxy and Boron treated cubes. So many people wanted it. But then, again, they just kind of turned down the idea. I heard that Chris Tran was still working on the idea. Another thing that he realized, he said that he was thinking about is not using magnetic cubes because he turns out the material is actually the boron treatment of the puzzles. What it's actually doing is, the main idea with boron is to soften the plastic, making it feel like an old plastic die-in, which was, if a lot of you know, it was a really good feeling. The cube, it was pretty good at that time. Back then, at that time, it was really good, but now you would say it's a pretty good, pretty good cube for standard cuber for like an average of 10 to 20. So, anyway, so along the lines of that, basically what the boron treatment was, I think he got a couple of comments saying that the magnets would come loose. When the magnets basically, a couple people had the magnets basically loose and it would rattle around. Because of the boron, it would actually dissolve a tiny bit of the super glue. So then he realized, the first thing he came to his mind was either shut down the idea or don't do it with magnetic cubes because it would dissolve the plastic. So then he made another one with the Volk and it was super unstable. Why is because the boron, because it softens the plastic, it softens and makes it not really softer, but just like dollar store cubes and Vaseline. If any of you watched like a Boise videos, how to make a dollar cube amazing. Just like his video, he said he's going to put a little bit of Vaseline inside, rub it around to basically dissolve the plastic. Also, never put Vaseline in an expensive cube. because it's not meant to speed up the puzzle. It is only meant to dissolve the plastic, making it more room. That's why it's meant for dollar store puzzles, basically. That most cubers use it. But on the lines of that, the Boron kind of does the exact same thing, except it doesn't break down the plastic. Only thing it does is make it more softer and flexible, which in this case making the cubes feel more amazing. And he realized his mistake that because of its softer plastic, it gives more room on the core and everything, making it uncontrollable to some people, like the usual Hualong, because I've heard a lot of reviews online saying that when you first got it, it was uncontrollable because of how fast. Same thing with another case that I would say is the Cyclone Boys, Feiwu, and it's a really good puzzle, don't get me wrong. To me, it's perfect tensions because I like my tensions like that. Because some cases, in some puzzles, I have a lighter turning style, others I have a stronger. It's all in the puzzle. But basically what's wrong with it, most people, is because it was too loose for them. Therefore, a lot of people hated it, and it's kind of basically what the Vulcan was, or a lot of other puzzles that they decided to do it, like the GTS and the GANs. And so he kind of just shut down the idea for now, thinking of different new ways. But I did hear that they are thinking about it, of putting it back on the market, available for purchase. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's actually pretty nice. What else? I'm just gonna do a couple of the solve right now. It looks pretty good. Oh, I messed up there. Two edges and corners were swapped and the edge was flipped wrong from that pop earlier. But yeah, so that's just a couple of things that I'd like to mention. Another thing was the Oregon State favorites. A lot of my good friends were there. It was a really fun competition that was run by Keenan Johnson. I didn't do good because I don't know if this is a problem. This is another thing I wanted to talk about. Sayo the King and Chris Chan made something about a video like this before, but it was on a different discussing topic. Sayo the King, or as people like to know him, Chris Olsen, or Chris 1 or Chris 2. They usually call him 1 or 2 because they're both the same and they both work at the cubicle. Anyway, basically Chris Olsen was talking about people stealing cubes. And another thing he was talking about is people, they come up with a new strategy where they would steal somebody's cubes, and to not get away with it, or basically what they would do is they would trade the puzzle right after they would steal it. That way, they would be suspected with a new puzzle, and when they find the first person that he stole it from and the person that he traded. So basically, there's 3 people right now. That's just an example right here. This person stole this person's puzzle and traded it to him. So now he has his puzzle, and because he stole it from him, has now his puzzle. So he's going to look around, check everyone's bag, and find him, check his bag, and find the puzzle. So he's accused of stealing, even though it was actually him. Sorry about the hand puppet. I'm not really good. I'm just trying to find more way to explain it if for little kids. Why do I assume kids are watching this? Well, even if you are, don't look away. I'm serious. Thanks for this. Also, another thing. My friends are getting more subscribers, so am I. One of my friends hit 70 today, and the other one hit 200. So that's really nice. And so am I, and I just like to thank all the subscribers out there, my subscribers. They've been a really big help into this. They've got me through some of my rough times, because whenever I would feel depressed, I would either make a video or just watch them comments. Watching people comment kind of almost brings me joy, knowing that these people enjoy something that I created. And I just like to thank all of you out there for all of your support. Also, in case you didn't know from the other live streams that I have done, this is a new setup. And it's not really a big change. Everything's still the same. I didn't switch tables or anything. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, I should probably actually do something like that right now. I should actually do something like that. Just to show my new setup. Oh, a second. Oh, that was a mistake. Hold on. Wipe that out, put this in. What are they doing fast? Yeah, one other thing I need to mention is that another thing that I think people also, another thing we should discuss before I show my, actually first I should show my cubing setup. It's only going to take a minute. I don't want to forget it like my last drive stream. I wanted to talk about something. I'm just like, what was I going to talk about? And I completely forgot until a couple minutes later. I'm just going to quickly tension this side when it's done. Also, whenever you see me do this, like really fast back and forth, what it does is it very, very gently, like if you try to tension a puzzle and it feels super close to being loose, like maybe just a tiny bit of looser, what this would do basically, if you move the piece back and forth like this over and over again, fast, what it does is it actually twitches the screw, so it very gently, just a little bit left, for a little bit kind of counterclockwise. That way it would loosen it just enough, so it would make the cube to me feel pretty good. Or so instead of like tensioning it, just trying to get it microscopic, like very, very slowly, it's just going to become really annoying. That's just one thing that I figured out a long time ago. Finally decided to use tension my liking. Usually I don't really like ordering custom puzzles because I would always tension them because no, they don't really know my tensions. It's not their fault. They make amazing cubes to most people's liking tensions. It's just, to me, sometimes it depends on the puzzle and the way they tension it. So I would always usually get normal puzzles, except Cameron from Speed Cube Shop. Every single time so far, what I would do is most of my puzzles, actually, I would trade to my friend Luca, who is sponsored by Cameron Boyce. Not Cameron Boyce, but Cameron at the Speed Cube Shop, and he would always order Cosmic Cubes, and he would always trade me for some of my other puzzles, not Cubicle Labs, because he's not part of it. He's all Speed Cube Shop. But anyway, so some of my puzzles, he's kind of like me, not in the way that he would always tension others, but with Cameron from Speed Cube Shop, he does everything great. He always knows what kind of tensions you like, just on your background. I'm not sure if he checks his people background, but all I know is when I would get a cube from Luca, he said he never did anything, he never looped it, he never tensioned it. All he did was break it in just like it instructed on the paper that he would send out whenever anyone orders a Cosmic Puzzles. And yeah, so another thing I realized was they both kind of do the exact same thing. The purpose of Cubicle Labs, Rocket Cubes from Cube Depot, Cosmic, they all serve the same purpose, which is to make a cube excellent for just a little bit more money from the original puzzle. An example of this would be the Cosmic Volk M is $5, a little bit more than $5 more than the regular Volk M. But in some cases, it could be extreme, like the Xiao Pro M is only like $25, I think, compared to the Cubicle Labs, which is like way over $50. Actually a little bit over $50. Maybe actually a little under, but still. So sometimes it could be rewarding, like the Volk, but sometimes it could actually be death-defying, because if you really do like the Xiao Pro, no one's judging you. You like what you like. But if you do whatever puzzle you like, if you want to get it mastered, I suggest two different stores, which is Cubicle Labs and Cosmic. No, those are the type brands. Stores are Cubicle.us and Speed Cube Shop. Sorry, just a little bit looby. I'm just going to wipe off my guys. Anyway, so I'm just going to quickly talk about the room setup. And basically what my setup is, I usually have my desk right here and all my cubes laid out right here. And this over here. So I just swapped them all. I just rotated everything to the left. So I would scoot these two from here to here, and then to put this blue dresser, it was over there, so I just slapped it over here. Also, this is my Bearded Dragon. One. There you go. Just move his arm. There you go. Anyway, so that's basically it for now. The stickers on the ceiling is from Sticker Ring, an old puzzle that Luca Cubed gave me. He gave me an overlooped 4x4. And what he said was, if it's pretty garbage to me, here's some stickers. If you want to sticker it up or something, you can have it. I was able to sticker it up, clean it up. I actually put tight tensions on it because I feel like it actually works better with tight tensions. And so right now it's working pretty well for me. Yeah, just back to some solves right now. Oh yeah, like they're discussing. But yeah, so anyway, why I would usually order normal cubes from most occasions is because, again, like I said, I would always be ending to tensioning it. I would never really lube it because the lube job is amazing. No matter what, you're going to like it. No matter what kind of cuber you are, no matter what kind of tensions you like, no matter what kind of lube you like, you're going to like a custom puzzle from any store. I guarantee it. There's one thing to know before you go to the store and instantly buy it. Whenever you would order a custom cube, the processing takes 7 to 12 days. Processing, not shipping. So even if you would put it on 2-day shipping, the processing would take that long. And then, of course, right after, it'll ship in 2 days. That's one of the biggest mistakes I made. But that's just something really important to note when you're ordering a custom puzzle. Because the shipping, it takes so long to process because unlike normal puzzles where it's just like he ordered this cube, grabs it, puts it in a box, and then ships it off, which usually takes a day. This case, they would take apart the entire puzzle. They would lube it fully throughout. They would tension it really good. Well, they would do they would do a professional job of tensioning. So that's just something to note. I'm gonna check this guy's tensions. This thing. Yep, tensions are good on this thing. The other side could do a little looser. Okay, pretty nice. I'm just going to do another solve. Another thing I'd like to just point out, I didn't do the greatest at the... wait, never mind. I just remembered. The cubing topic I wanted to talk about earlier was... anyway, so Chris Olsen did a video about stealing cubes. Phil Yu did a video about scrambling puzzles. How... some people do it some different. So, here's an example. For some people who, if they're scrambling like 2x2 or something, they would do this. And that took even though it's pretty fast, it still took some time. So he said a faster way that he got, which is putting the cube box like this open, hire some fast scramblers from the competition, and then you would put in the cube. You would drop the cube in. You would almost like right here. What it would look like and they would drop the cube in, push it in, and then when they got their hand in, they would push up and let go, and it would come up like this. So from the back end, it would look like this. And then all you have to do is grab the box. And he thought that was a faster way, so we made a video on that. And finally, something I want to make a video about is that I'm not sure if this was a big cause or something. No big deal. I didn't do great. I did 4th place on finals. I would have probably got 1st if it wasn't for something that happened, which was when the person that was scrambling my puzzle, he was eating something and it got pretty greasy. And some of the grease from his hands went onto my puzzle. And the first thing I thought was, I gotta wipe this thing off, you know? Because it's just gonna mess me up. But then I thought, usually what I use when I wipe this stuff off, I usually just wipe it off of my shirt and then wash shirts when I get home. But then I thought, when I wipe it off of my shirt, I wrap the cube inside my shirt like this and just gently get all the grease off. But then I might be accused of turning the puzzle under my shirt, therefore being disqualified or DNF. So then I kind of had to deal with it, and instead of getting a sub 10 average, I got a 12 average. Well, 12 average on finals, like a 13 average in right before it, in first round. And I think that's a pretty good topic because that was like 3 seconds off my normal average just because of that small factor. And I think that could mess up most cubers, and I think that's kind of wrong. So scramblers, when you're scrambling puzzles, just don't eat anything. Just scramble. Just wait till you're done. Because even if it is finals, most cubes, when they're doing finals, obviously, even if they think like, oh no, it's 5x5, you know, it's going to take a while, or Megaminx, you know. One thing I think is annoying about when they say that is that if they're in finals, obviously the people who made finals are really fast. So it wouldn't take actually that long. Because first round can be any time ranging. It could range from the cutoff limit to the world record. But finals, everyone, of course, obviously the people who make it into finals are going to be really fast. Plus there's like a third of the people, not even like a tenth of the people coming. In my case, it was about a fifth of it. A little more than a little, actually less than a fifth. Actually, a little more than a fifth. Basically, around a fifth of the people actually made it into finals on 3x3. And so, first of all, 3x3 is a really fast event, and everyone basically made it into finals. The latest person that made it into finals had a 15-second average, but still, that's a couple of people for 15 seconds. Like, at most, would take 20 minutes. Just come on, you know? Even if it's hot, just wait till it's done, maybe. So that's just something I'd like to talk about. Rather than that, just small discussion right now. It's not a big deal. I usually go to competitions every 2 months. In that time span, I just like to note to scramblers that it's going to get pretty annoying from time to time. And just to watch out because I don't want anybody getting kicked from the WCA for this because it wasn't their fault. But I'm just saying. That's just something you should know if you ever become a scrambler. Or another case, if you are a scrambler. Because if I was a first-time cuber and I saw that, I would have easily gotten a DNF trying to wipe off the cube midway. I'd be accused of solving and I'd be so mad. Because me and my friend both got a DNF average once in our life. Me and Luca Cubed. Luca Cubed got it at this cube competition right now that was up last Saturday at Oregon State Favorites. Also, last live stream that I did, someone commented, see you there. I did sing there. We did some trades. It was pretty fun. Another thing that was actually funny about it, I just like to mention this, because you can compete in whatever you want as long as you can only compete in 3 of them. 3 out every event. 3 events. A lot of people were smart and picked what they're good at. Me, I just picked everything that involves 3x3 except multi-blind. So 3x3, 3x3 OH, 3x3 blind, and I didn't count in feet and OH, feet and multi-blind, because they're both going off at the exact same time, so I thought, what am I supposed to do? Do I go to one or the other? And then when I realized I could compete in one more event, and so I just randomly chose clock as a fun event, because the day before, I traded my clock away the day before, and I got a new one that literally came that day, and I should before it actually becomes relatively there I actually used the clock right when I took it out of the box. I didn't do any solves or anything, and everyone thought it was hilarious. They thought I didn't know how to solve it, and for so long I'm just like, this is a brand new clock. It was kind of like Colorful Pockets video when he did clock at half a skew or Caltech, I think. Well, that's where he made the half a skew meme. But yeah. That's just something to mention. One thing I should have done was pick feet, by the way, at that event, because 2 people were competing in feet. Benjamin Gottschlow, who was a great cuber, and he hosted Gaston Spring, where my friend had his birthday. And this other kid named, I forgot his name, but all I know is he's a relatively good cuber. And he also was competing in feet. And so at first I was a little weird, just like, no way, no matter what, you're going to podium. And then I realized I should have done that because I'm not the best at feet. But then I thought, why would I compete in feet, you know? It's kind of a dumb event. And I thought there was going to be 3 people at least competing rather than me. So there's no way I might have podium. But I traded away my feet cubes to one of my friends. And I thought, what am I supposed to do? Because he wasn't going. Well, he was going, but he didn't bring it. So I was kind of on a dead end, and then I realized that there were only 2 people competing, not 3. I didn't see. I assumed there was 3. And so this guy got a free $7. And he purposely, because he thought Stupid Feet was a stupid event, he got like a 6-minute average, so all he did was this with his feet. And even though he got a DNF average, he still podium. And he was proud of it, because that's all he wanted, was to podium on any event there. And he was able to easily podium with a DNF average. So I thought that was pretty funny. Kudos to him. What else? What else? I'm going to Northwest Championships. I think I already mentioned that with Sick Cubing 101. Let me do one more solve, and then I think I should just end the stream right now. I mean, it's been a half an hour, and that's usually how long my streams last. Rather than the last one that lasted like 6 minutes at the competition. My friend Nick was there, and we're good buddies. We've been hanging out for a while. We're not, like, strong friends. We're kind of like how the friends are in, like, Tag, the new movie that's coming out, about 3 lifelong friends. They're really good friends with each other, but they kind of compete almost to ruin each other's lives by playing a stupid game for that long. Like, I remember one of the trailers parts, there was a trap that one of them set up just so he wasn't it. That way when he tagged him, all he did was just walk up, tag him, and then just walked away. And so it's kind of like that kind of relationship where we're really good friends. We got each other's backs, but we kind of hate each other for that kind of reason. Anyway, along with that line, he kept messing up my camera when I was setting it up. He would always just knock it down, and that wasn't really a joke. I thought it was pretty funny. Not really the funniest, but you know, that's why the camera quality was so bad, and that's why I kept falling. It wasn't me, it was my friend Nick. He kept knocking down my camera. So that's just something I wanted to clarify right now before y'all think like, you have terrible quality. No, he was just messing my camera as a joke. But yeah. Anyway, so along with the DNF average I was talking about earlier, I got a DNF average because I was wearing headphones and I didn't hear the new rule change. And they weren't the WC headphones, they were just my headphones that I usually wear. Because I do better with no noise. Like, I remember 2017 Nationals, Rambi Sabahi was wearing headphones too. And a couple of other competitions I saw him wearing headphones. So yeah. Also, one thing right now is a survey I do at the end of my video or live stream is I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to survey down below all the answers just to see what other people think about it and what people think, and then I can show it to the WCA at my next competition or someone who's involved with the WCA, like a WCA delegate, and see what they think, and maybe they'll actually take your guys' opinion. So this week's question is, sometimes it's going to be like a survey of a yes or no. Sometimes it's going to be like a personal question. Others is going to be like an ABC answer. Anyway, so like I said, what basically happened was my idea. No, not what happened was the survey that I wanted to take today was which one of these should you guys want to be a WCA event? It's going to be the A, B, C, which one you want. Do you want Killmates to be a would you like Killmates to be a WCA event? Would you like 2x2 blind to be a WCA? Would you like, hold on. Oh, sorry. Would you like 8x8 to be a WCA event? And then finally, would you like the way it is and you don't want to change anything? A for the first one, B for the second, C for the third, and then D for the fourth. So leave your comments below. Hopefully I would respond. And if I don't still, because it means probably I'm busy or I'm making another video or a live stream. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe. Actually, I'm going to change this up. Would you like to subscribe? Get it? I don't think you get it. What I said, would you like to subscribe? Because there's the word like and subscribe, and it's just like you would like a video to subscribe a video. It's just, I'm just going to do this solve, and then right when I'm finished, I'm going to end the stream. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly do this one thing, tension this one side. By the way, I'm sub 10. That's just something I'd like to note. Okay, pretty nice. Oh, crap, I messed up. Oh, this is not going to be a good solve whatsoever. 16. Yeah, guys, bye. See you later.